This video is 6.5 day 3 and 4 notes. We're starting with example 3, and the directions are still to rewrite the equation in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So we want to make sure we realize that the y is what we are trying to get alone. Starting with example 3, this is in point slope form. The big giveaway is the parentheses. So in order to get this y by itself, the very first thing we're going to have to do is distribute. I also notice a subtraction sign, so I'm going to add a line, change the sign. So what we have is y minus 3 on the one side, and then we're going to distribute on the other side. So we have 4x plus negative 12. The goal is still to get this y by itself. So to do that, we have to add 3 to both sides. Now notice when I wrote my plus 3 on the right side, I purposely wrote it under the negative 12 because they are like terms. So what we have is y equals 4x minus 9, since negative 12 plus 3 is 9. And now you're done. Your answer is in y equals mx plus b form. So number 4, we're trying to get the y by itself, but the first thing we're going to have to do is distribute. I also see a subtraction, so I'm going to add a line, change the sign. So on the left side, we have y plus 2. And then on the right side, after we distribute, we have negative 3x plus positive 12, because negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Then we're trying to get the y by itself, so we're going to have to subtract 2 from both sides, and those 2's cancel. Notice again, I wrote my minus 2 under the 12 because they are like terms. So now I have y equals, I have the negative 3x, and then positive 12 minus 2 is positive 10. And your answer is now done. It's in y equals mx plus b form. Number 5, the first step is to distribute. So we have y plus 2 equals 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times 8 is 4. I'm trying to get this y by itself, so I have to subtract 2 from both sides. We have y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Plus 4 with a minus 2 is a positive 2. Now your answer is in y equals mx plus b form. Number 6, the first thing to do is distribute. So we have y minus 6 equals 5 over 6x plus 5 over 6 times 4 is actually 10 over 3. So if you do that in your calculator and math frac, you'll get 10 over 3. Then we have to add 6 to both sides. So again, just use your calculator. Just don't forget to put parentheses around your fraction. So we have y equals 5 over 6x plus 28 over 3. Example 7. First thing we need to do is distribute. So we have y minus 7 equals negative 1/2 times x is negative 1/2 x. Negative 1/2 times 6 is negative 3. And we're trying to get the y by itself, so we have to add 7 to both sides. So we have y equals negative 1/2 x plus 4. Number 8, I see subtraction, so I'm going to add a line, change the sign before I distribute. So this is y plus 10 equals, when we distribute, we have negative 3 over 10x plus 3 over 2. When you take negative 3 over 10 times negative 5 in your calculator, you get positive 3 over 2. Then we're going to subtract 10 from both sides. Again, make sure you have parentheses around your fraction, and then you can put that in your calculator. So we have y equals negative 3 over 10x minus 17 over 2. That's the same as plus negative 17 over 2, so you may have that as well. And the last example we need to distribute. So I have y minus 0 is 1/3 x plus 2 over 15. So when I take 1/3 times 2/5 in the calculator, we'll get 2 over 15. And then I don't really have to add 0 to both sides. So there's my answer.